magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si G. Tonji at nandito po tayo sa The Attic in San Mateo in San Francisco, California. Kausap natin for our two-part series si Jose Antonio Vargas. It's time to get to know him a little better. So, kasama natin si Jose. Jose, maraming salamat for speaking to us on Kababayan Today.
Walang anuman. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so Jose, alam naman natin na napaka-busy mo dahil nga marami kang ginagawa. Ano bang pinagkakaabahalan mo ngayon?
So I run a nonprofit media and culture campaign called Filipino American. So our job is to change how we talk about immigration and citizenship. Not just immigration, but citizenship in America. That's the nonprofit group that I run. I have a production company called Apo Anak Productions. Apo means grandchild, Anak means child in Tagalog. So that actually is a production company that put out Documented. I'm about to start filming my next film project, which is going to be on whiteness in America, what it means to be young and white in a country that's getting less and less white. And my book is supposed to be due.
So napaka-busy mo talaga.
I have 4 things that's happening all at once, and yeah, it's I've always been a multitasker, and it's important for me, I think, to ground myself in the work so that I don't get too dragged on by a lot of different things.
Right.
You know?
Kung hindi niyo po alam, si Jose Antonio Vargas ay isa pong journalist, manunulat po siya, at isa rin siyang director, filmmaker. He is very active with the immigration reform campaign. Kung hindi nyo pa napapanood, nag-direct po siya ng isang pelikula na tinatawag Documented. Pinalabas po to sa CNN, and it is already available on iTunes and Netflix this month. How timely, dahil nga po, it is Filipino History Month. So Jose, you're really doing a lot of things for the whole campaign. And I know you launched 1 of 11 million.
Yes.
Ikwento mo naman sa amin, ano ba itong 1 of 11 million? What does that mean?
So I'm 1 of 11 million undocumented immigrants in this country, right? There's 11 million undocumented immigrants in America. Out of that 11 million, by the way, 1.3 million are Asian and Pacific Islander. Out of that 1.3, the largest population are Filipinos. So Filipinos are actually the largest undocumented Asian population in America. But people don't know that. I mean, to this day, you know, I go on Univision and Telemundo quite a bit, and people still assume that I'm Mexican because my name is so completely Spanish. I find it so fascinating that people don't understand that the Philippines was actually a Spanish colony. Yeah. Right? I mean,
so easy that they forget.
And, you know, the fact that, you know, the Philippines is actually one of the most populous countries in the world. 110 million people. That's right below Mexico. And yet, for the most part, people don't know what the Philippines is or what Filipino is.
Yeah.
That's been very interesting to me.
It's people like you that are shaping the history for Filipinos because you are very active in the community, not just in the Filipino community, but in so many other communities, right? The Asian Americans are looking to you because you're actually putting a face to what it means to be undocumented.
And I think it's important that we also be involved in other issues that may not directly impact us. You know, like, for example, the tragedy in Ferguson, what happened with Michael Brown, when an unarmed African-American teenager gets shot to death by a white cop and lays dead for 4 hours in the middle of a street. Like, that should impact not just African-Americans, but everybody. Again, like, for me, it's like, how do we become civically involved and politically involved in what's happening in this country?
Pero Jose, how can you get involved kung wala kang papeles? Siyempre, takot na takot ka, di ba?
Yes, there's a lot of, and again, for me, like, that's a part of the, look, I have come out of the closet twice in my life. The first part was the gay part, when I outed myself as bakla when I was in high school. The second part is this, 3 years ago, when I outed myself as undocumented. And I have no more comings out, by the way. I have nothing more to share. Anything else is mine. Pero I don't force people to come out. Like, I feel like, especially with being undocumented, there's actually legal ramifications, right? Because people get deported and detained, and But for me, being so public, being so out, I am more than a piece of paper. I am more than my immigration status. I am more than what documents I may or may not have. And to me, success should not be determined by that. Which is why this question that we ask people, is being American, does that only mean having the pieces of papers to show for it? Right? Is that what being American means? I don't think so. And again, if you're, and I meet Filipinos who are born in America, who don't feel like they are Americans.
Yes.
You know, who feel like they're Filipinos, and so therefore all they're gonna do is watch Filipino shows,
Right.
care about Filipino celebrities, to live in the United States, but not be at all engaged
Yes.
in living here. And they're American citizens, so are they Americans?
Yes. So it really forces us
To ask these questions.
To ask these questions, to define
But
American.
G, I have no answers. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I know what the answer is.
Right.
But the questions must be posed.
Yes. Okay, pagbalik natin dito sa Kababayan Today, we're going to get to know Jose a little bit more personally. Huwag po kayong maalis.